Hi, we're Jim and Jan Sylvester. We've been part of our church here for, over almost 20 years, and we've been involved in ministry. Recently, we've been going to Albania and having wonderful things happen there. But during the pandemic, that's been made difficult, and so we've been transferred to a new movement within Campus Crusade for Christ called Church Movements, where we get to come alongside churches and work with them in building a multiplication ministry of discipleship and helping them adjust to the new culture that we're facing today and really do a good job of sharing the gospel in that environment.
As you know, today's culture has really changed. It's difficult to talk about Jesus. And recently, we had a 5-week course here at the Northwest Chapel called Cojourners, where we talked more about how to have positive conversations with pre-believers in our lives, friends, neighbors, family, people on the job, people that we rub shoulders with every day. How can we really come alongside them on their spiritual journey and ask good questions, find out where are they at, what are they thinking about, what's really on their heart, and listen well to what they have to say. And asking good questions like, what are you hoping in this crazy world? Where do you put your hope? And then looking for opportunities to share more of our story, our faith story, how we came to Jesus, and looking for permission to perhaps share God's story, the gospel. And so in this class, we had lots of fun ways and new strategies to do these things more effectively, and it was a lot of fun. We all got something out of it, and we're moving on with new ideas and fresh insight and determination to reach out to others more effectively.
I came to faith in Christ at the young age of 7 years old. And so I've lived as a believer most of my life. And, I knew that I should share my faith with other people. And I sincerely wanted to do that, but no one really helped me to know how to do that. So I was left to my own devices. And so I thought, if I cultivate my relationship with God, and it's meaningful and personal to me, then people will ask me why I have the peace and the confidence that I have, and I'll be able to point them to my God. That's only happened maybe 2 or 3 times that I can think of. When I found that Jim and Jan and Kelly were offering this class, I knew that it would be good for me. And so I respected their knowledge and their experience, and I knew that I could learn from these people. And I just loved the whole format of it and the premise that everyone is on a spiritual journey. I sincerely want everyone to experience forgiveness and to be prepared for an eternity with God. But I also want them to know the joy of a personal relationship day by day with God. And my hope is that they will then also experience the peace, the hope, purpose, joy, and fulfillment that life can bring.
Well, I certainly agree with what my wife just stated. And one of the things that I took away, in addition to what she stated, was that we should not miss even small opportunities to come alongside people and be a witness. A recent example I had is a butcher at a local grocery store who I jokingly call Mr. Grumpy because of the way he interacts with another employee that works in the same area of the store. And a few weeks back, I went to the store and he waited on me, and I was asking him about the other employee, and he wouldn't answer. I said, well, tell me, where is she today? And he said, I'm not going to answer that question. What do you want? And then he said to me, you call me Mr. Grumpy, don't you? And I said, well, yeah. And I could tell immediately he was not pleased with my joking. And I said, well, I'm just trying to have fun, have a good time, and have some fun with you folks. And he said, my sister is very ill in the hospital. Just right out of the blue, he shared this with me. I said, oh my goodness, tell me more about it. And he did. And I said, well, I'll be certainly sure to pray for her. And he said, well, thank you. And we left. The next week I came back in, and I forgot to ask about what her name was. So I said, what's your sister's name? And he told me. And I said, how's she doing? He said, she's not doing well at all. She's very, very ill. And I said, well, I'll certainly continue to pray for her and let me know how she does. The following week I came into the store, and he wasn't there. But when I saw him again, I said, how's your sister doing? Because I've been praying for a miraculous recovery. And he said, she passed away last week. I said, oh my goodness. I told him, I said, I've been praying regularly for her. I'm so sorry to hear that. I said, did she have a faith? And he began to tell me about their church and that she had had the last rites and so forth. And I said, well, you know, the most important thing is not what church you go to. The most important thing is who do you place your faith and trust in? And it needs to be in Jesus. And with that, he gave me this big smile and a fist bump. And that's the last time I've seen him, quite frankly. I've been back to the store and I haven't seen him again. So I don't know what God's going to do with that opportunity that I had. He may do nothing more than what he already has. But I'm going to keep praying for this man and looking for opportunities to let him know, as I did at that one time, that I care about him. I certainly shared in his sorrow. And I wanted him to know that Jesus is the most important thing.
So as Ted and Carol alluded to, we had a great time in class. We learned so many great ideas about how to better do personal evangelism. And we had so many great comments at the end of class. Everyone was popping up, sharing something that they saw as a takeaway that they could really use in their everyday life. So we're really looking forward to the next time that we get to do this again. And we hope that you'll be one of the people that can come.
We thank you so much for enabling us to be your missionaries. We're looking forward to going back to Albania, but we're going to be plugged in here and we'll just slip over there every now and then. So thank you so much for making that possible.